What's up, everybody? It is January the 10th, 2026, and we are running today for 8 minutes. So, I didn't run yesterday. If anyone out there is watching, there was a gap yesterday, and it was for a couple reasons. One, my AI assistant recommended I take a day off, a rest day, if you will. And I felt that might be prudent advice. I've been running every day consistently since near the end of last year, and I hadn't missed a day. And I kind of felt it was important not to miss a day because, consistency and motivation, sometimes just momentum will carry you through. But I'll be honest with myself. I'm 327 pounds as of this morning. 45 years old. I'm not a spry chicken, and neither are my joints. So running may not have been the best idea. Just nonstop. So I'm not going to do it yesterday. I'm gonna make Friday, which is what yesterday was, I'm gonna make it my rest day. So we're gonna talk about rest days. Are they important? Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fitness influencer by any means, but I watch a lot of them. Like Jeff Nippard and Dr. Mike, all in between. That Canadian guy who quirky sense of humor. Pretty much all of them agree. Rest days are incredibly important. They're not just you being lazy. They're important. Recovery is when you make your gains, but it's when you recover. My knees, my joints, my ankles, I'm sure they all need a break from bouncing for 8 minutes every day, especially when I hadn't done this before. Even when I'm running couch to 5K, I don't think I was doing 8 minutes nonstop every day, because that's not how couch to first 5K works. But I'm doing it now, and with any luck, I'll be increasing this duration starting next week. I think I'll pick it up to 9 minutes. But yeah, here we are. Now, something else I wanted to mention. There's a well-known organization here in the United States, which is rather notorious in a bad way, depending on which political party you subscribe to. And we're not talking about politics. This isn't about politics. But if you probably know who I'm talking about, they've been in the news a lot lately, and pretty much since, beginning of last year. I was looking at their fitness requirements. One of their fitness requirements is that, and if I remember this correctly, is that you can run 1.5 miles in 15 minutes. So I think that works out to be about a 7-minute mile. Yeah. No, it's slower than that. But I'm making that my goal now. I would like to be able to run 1 mile in 15 minutes. So one of these days soon, I'm gonna head out to a track so I can properly measure myself, because the block near my house, you see me run there sometimes, it's a little bit under a mile. The only reason I count as a mile is because there's a pretty big incline on one of the sides of that block. It's a pretty big incline, so it really increases the difficulty. And based on that, I'm giving myself that 0.1 or whatever it is to complete the mile, and just call it a mile, because that incline definitely slows me down. But I'm not going to do it without rest days. So yeah, every Friday is going to be a running rest day now. And next week, I'm also going to start incorporating some upper body strength training. Since this is all lower body, right? Running, I guess. I think so. Man. But this is all to my goal of running either a 5 or a 10K this summer. So that'd be incredible. Man. I've never done that. Not my whole life. I remember when I was a kid, there was just a raise your hand sign up for a race. And I believe my event was a 5K. No, it wasn't a 5K. I think it was a mile run. And I was out of shape. I was a fat kid. Even in elementary school. I remember going to that race and running. And after a quarter of a lap, I just walked off the racetrack. I was kind of humiliated. I don't know why I signed up. I mean, but at that age, why didn't those who would be responsible for the race on our team, why didn't they tell me, hey, you weren't up for this yet, but here's what you need to do to prepare? Why just let me walk up there and embarrass myself? I don't know. But I'm not going to embarrass myself this time. We're going to take 2026 by the horns and tackle it. Got 10 seconds left. See if I can pick up the pace here a bit. All right. Thanks for tuning in. You have a good night.